Thank you very much for everybody for being here today. So first I'm going to start by introductions. We have Jim Small here he's the head of Major League Baseball in Asia, all of Asia. And Keith Amamiya, my partner in crime with this project. So let me start by saying that I've known Jim now, I was thinking about it for over 20 years now. And you've aged graciously.
I wouldn't say that. There's a little too much gray there, but thank you.
So over the years, we've worked on different projects, and originally he called 2 years ago about doing a tournament on the way to Korea.
Yep.
And that didn't pan out. So this year we thought about doing something similar on the way to Japan, but we had some logistical issues with Murakami Stadium. So maybe we can save that for another year. Hopefully you'll come back again, Jim. We'll treat you nice.
Who doesn't want to come to Hawaii?
So with that, I'll turn everything over to Jim Small.
Great. Thank you. Dwayne, thank you. And everybody, thanks for coming. This is a great day for us. We are very excited to be able to announce both Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association that will be bringing a team of Major League All-Stars here to Honolulu to train on their way to Japan. We have, for the past 80 years, brought Major League teams to Japan to play, but this is the first time that we've started that event, at least in recent years, here in Hawaii. We, at Major League Baseball, the game of baseball, have received so much from the islands here. We've had great players from Shane Victorino, Colton Wong. We've had great teams. You know, the 3 teams from Little League Baseball in Hawaii that have won the championships, including this year, the team from Honolulu, who will be joining us at the workouts. We've had great memories. The 1997 games between the Padres and the Cardinals that featured 3, at least by my count, 3 major Hall of Famers. So we've gotten so much, and this is our chance to allow and to create an opportunity for our fans here and for our players to interact and to come here to a place that loves baseball and bring our players to a place that they want to come to and they want to visit. So it's a special opportunity for us. I think that the main thing is the thing we're most excited about is a chance to work with Dwayne and to support the things that he does in this community. It is, I don't know anybody else like him that has invested so much into a community. We're proud, we're humbled to be able to assist in that, and we'll talk about some of those details in a little bit. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. The players are looking forward to it. We can't wait for November. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, everyone. I first want to thank Jim and Dwayne for this opportunity to bring Major League Baseball to Hawaii. We're excited for the opportunity. We're excited for the people of the state to see firsthand many of our baseball heroes that we watch on TV. I want to go over some of the details of the event. On Saturday, November 3rd and Sunday, November 4th, there will be workouts at Murakami Stadium that will be open to the public. The workout on Saturday will be from 1 to 2:30, and the workout on Sunday will be from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Tickets will be available on hnltix.com, so that's hnltix.com. We'll provide more details to you afterwards in terms of the specifics. There will also be a service project that the Major League All-Stars will be participating in at Kahoiki Village. They will also go on a Pearl Harbor tour during their stay here. Going back to Saturday, November 3rd, after the workout, there will be an invitation-only play ball event for children ages 5 through 12. Approximately 300 children will be able to engage in an event with some of the Major League All-Stars, and we're also inviting the Honolulu Little League players to participate in that event and help us coordinate it. So we're looking forward to their inclusion in this great event, and it'll be an exciting weekend for Major League Baseball and our fans throughout the state.
So, with that, thank you, and we're open to questions.
A question. The kids who are invited for the play ball event, how are they reached out to? Are there certain organizations you worked with, or where are the kids coming from?
Who wants that?
So we're together with Major League Baseball. Play Ball is an organization that's sponsored by Major League Baseball nationally. So in our conversations with them, we estimated that we need to invite, or we'd like to invite 50 children who have never played baseball before. So we'd like to expose them to some of the baseball. So specifically, they asked for some children from Hawai'i village. That was their request, and we'll reach out to other community members to have their participation. So the remaining 250 players, the invitation is to be determined.
And speaking of play ball, so it is our national youth baseball initiative. And one thing Dwayne said, which is really important, is we're using this to do really two things. One is to get maybe some kids who have never played baseball before a chance to pick up a bat and ball for the first time. And that's really important, because I think the joy that can come with playing baseball has to start somewhere at some time. So that's really important. But then beyond that, having players that do have some experience and have played the game before, I think, is important as well. And having those kids have an interaction with some of the great players that we have on the tour will be really, really important. So this is the first time we've run a play ball event in Hawaii, and so hopefully it won't be the last.
That was my next question.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah,
Good.
because it says for the first time ever you'll be doing this in Hawaii with your first layover.
First time in recent history. I think I have to go back and look. I
Right.
think back in the day, Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth and those guys stopped in Honolulu on the way to taking a steamer over. So we will not be taking a steamer. We're fortunate enough to have a plane to go take us over there. But yes, in recent memory, this is the first time. But
Now,
continue. I'm sorry.
if this proves to be successful, which I am going to assume it will be, do you anticipate more types of projects like this to be stopped over?
Absolutely. For a couple of reasons. One is, Dwayne mentioned this. We've actually been talking about this for a while, and it makes so much sense for us. We need to have our team work out before they go over to Asia. And so in the past, we've done that and had a wonderful experience in places like Phoenix and Los Angeles. But coming here first, as I said earlier, who doesn't want to come to Hawaii? So the players were very excited. Nothing against Phoenix or Los Angeles, but they were very excited with the opportunity to come here. And then, just again, we've known each other for so long. I'm very aware of the history of baseball here. I mean, literally, the guy that invented the game left New York and came here. So baseball has been part of the fabric of the state, of all of the islands, for over 100 years. So what better place where East meets West than right here? And so absolutely, it will be our intention and our hope to be able to make this the beginning of an annual event, or every 2 years. Whenever we go to Asia, we'd love to stop here first. But even beyond that, I think the play ball event and some of the things that we're going to do on the CSR side are things that are sustainable, that can take place whether we're here with an MLB All-Star event or not.
Absolutely, thank you.
Sure.
So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this or not, about some of the things that play ball is going to do. But that's what.
Sure. Let her go.
Okay. So those children who will be participating in the baseball camp are being asked not to bring any equipment. No gloves, no bats, no balls. because Major League Baseball is going to be providing that equipment. So it's an interesting camp because you don't have to use a glove because they're actually going to use a plastic ball. And I asked, is it really going to work for the older kids? They said absolutely. The older children will have a ball and still learn a lot of skills. And at the end of the camp, each camper will receive a gift from MLB through the generosity of MLB from Franklin Equipment. So they're each going to go home with, can I say, a bat and a ball.
Yep. And some great memories.
And some great memories.
So this event, it's the start of something new. Like you said, we've got a long history here. Do you think, seeing that, I understand it's a Japan All-Star Series, perhaps in the future, having a game here, or Major League Baseball maybe assisting in building a smaller minor league type stadium, 15, 20,000 seats or something, maybe before Kakaako fills up? But have a game here, bring the Japanese All-Stars here, so that would help also with the tourism, bring a lot more.
So actually, the idea of taking a Japanese team and coming here was something that we looked at. Right. The challenge with that, the challenge with the playing other games here, like we did in 1997, is quite frankly just the facilities, and it's a very, we try to do as much as we can to take Major League Baseball into the communities. At the end of the day, it still is a business, and these events are very expensive to operate, and so there needs to be a certain level of facility that we can play in to be able to make this work from a financial perspective. So I think that we're going to continue to talk. We're going to continue to see the progress that's been made. There have been some upgrades at Murakami Stadium with padding on the wall that Dwayne and UH worked on and the state worked on. So that's been great. That's great progress. But I think that situation needs to be solved before we can really look at playing further games here.
Jim, can you mention when the rest of the team is projected to be announced?
Absolutely. So we have, I think, the names in the release, and we've announced already. It's a really strong roster. Don Mattingly is our manager. We have someone we think will be, I think, will be a Hall of Famer, Yadier Molina as a catcher. We have, I think, somebody that is, after the way he's played the last 3 days, I think will be the National League MVP, and Christian Yelich. And I'm pretty confident we have the National League Rookie of the Year, Ronald Acuna, coming. So, and that's just a few of the names. We have a very strong team. We will be announcing the rest of the team, and we haven't set the date yet, but it's probably in the third week of October. We still have some work to do. Pulling a team like this together is a challenge because of schedules of players, health conditions of players, insurance issues, club approvals, all of that. So it's kind of a moving process, and so we need a few more weeks to get the rest of those players kind of nailed down. But in 2014, we took a team to Japan, and Japanese baseball has improved so much. We lost 3 of the 5 games for one of the few times ever that we lost going over there. So our players know that, and they're ready. And that team, by the way, had tremendous players on it. Jose Altuve and Robbie Cano and Justin Morneau and Evan Longoria. So Japanese baseball has improved so much. Our team knows they have to come here for these couple days and prepare for what awaits them in Japan. So they'll be ready to go. Don Mattingly will have them ready to go, and we're looking forward to kicking that off here in Honolulu.
Question. Sorry.
Sure.
I think that's actually a really great point that you brought up with Japanese baseball. I think a really notable name is going to be Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
He has been a breakout hit with the Angels.
Yep.
Do you see any more crossovers happening perhaps in the future?
Yeah, I hope so. I can't name names because there are people under contract,
Right.
But absolutely. We've seen, so, I've been fortunate enough to live in Tokyo for the past 15 years looking after Major League Baseball's business in Asia. And I've seen just an incredible change in the quality of play in Japan. And it, you know, one of the reasons I moved there is because Ichiro had come in 2001 to Major League Baseball, and he was followed 2 years later by Hideki Matsui. But now you're seeing really most of the players that are currently playing in the NPB, you know, it would have a chance to play in Major League Baseball, and that's really changed. That's a credit to the system there, the strength, the conditioning. You know, there's always been just an incredibly high level of work ethic and practice. The technical skill has always been high, but you've really seen a change in Japanese baseball in recent years. So yes, I hope and I think there will be many more. And quite frankly, you're going to see more players from Korea. You're going to see players from Taiwan. We've been a big part of what we do. What I do is, with my team in Beijing, is to help grow baseball in China. And we have 3 development centers that we started 8 years ago. And it was the great, you know, the great question: can you take someone who maybe hasn't played baseball before, and at 12 years old, can you make them into professional baseball players? And the answer is yes. We have 7 players now playing in the minor leagues that came out of these DCs. We've also had Punahou High School come and play against some of these kids, thanks to Dwayne. So the going back to Hawaii being a perfect place where East meets West, that's not just Japan. That is China, and it's Korea, and it's Taiwan, and with our relationship with Keith and Dwayne, we've been able to do that by bringing Hawaii kids over as recently as this summer, bringing them to Dyson in Japan. So in addition to these games and this event, we're looking to do more between Hawaii and Asia. And if Major League Baseball can play a role in that, we're delighted to do it.
Beautiful, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
for
everybody.
coming.
Thank you very much for coming.